Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen. You're in Danielle's Pampered Kitchen today, and what we're going to make for dinner is a 1-pan or 2-pan, depending on the size of your family and who you're cooking for, chicken and vegetables. So it's a wonderful meal. It's quick and simple, in and out in half an hour, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So let's get started. So what have I got in front of me is I have 6 chicken breasts, thawed. I have about 6 or 7 potatoes, depending on how many potatoes you guys would normally eat with your family, and I've wedged those. I'll show you that shortly. I have about a cup of panko breadcrumbs, or panko crumbs, whatever. I have half a cup of Parmesan cheese. I have some rosemary herb. I have my bell pepper rub, which I put on everything. I have an egg. I have 2 peppers here. My oven is ready to go. I have 2 garlic cloves and a full onion here inside the wedger. We're going to get started on that, but first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to get our potatoes in the oven and cooking. Potato wedges are a huge, huge hit in our house. Everybody loves them. They go really quick during dinner. Also, if they are any leftovers, they're a great extra for lunch the next day. So what we normally do is we start with a bowl and we wedge out our potatoes. Oh, I'm going to just move this onion out for now. We've got a potato wedger here, and it works perfectly with our potatoes to make the perfect size of wedge. So you simply put your potato inside the wedger, line up the edges, and push down, wedges. Easy peasy. These are just like wedges you'd find in a restaurant, however. Anything, and you can season them any way you like, and you know they're 100% baked. So there's our wedges. What I'm going to add to our wedges is some garlic. Throw that right in there. Awesome. Garlic goes in everything we do. Should know that by now. If we could only have a garlic tree out back. I know they don't grow on trees. 2 cloves of garlic go in here. We're going to put about a half a teaspoon of rosemary herb seasoning. Whatever you have at home works fine. If you don't like rosemary, that's fine. I'm going to put some bell pepper rub in here, about a teaspoon of that. That one's a bit of a stronger flavor. We all like that. And a couple swishes of olive oil just to get it fully coated. Some salt, always salt on potatoes. We love salt on our potatoes. And then all I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix this up and just try to evenly coat all of the wedges. This is a quick and simple side that you can do with any meal you want. We do it all the time. Like I had said, it can be served with sour cream. You can add some bacon if you get really creative. Cheddar cheese if you want to make kind of like, makeshift potato skins, have those flavors. You just kind of shake them up, coat it out. Once they're fairly evenly coated, you're going to dump them on our bar pan. Yes, once again, I'm using a stone. My favorite thing to use, we're using 2 of them today because I'm doing this in 2 steps, not 1. If you were doing this in 1 pan, the chicken and the potatoes and your veggies all on 1 pan, you would probably quarter these potatoes. Whereas I'm just going to lay them out as best I can, as evenly as I can on here. We're going to have 1 full pan of potatoes and then veggies and chicken on the other one. This I find is more of a filler for a larger family such as ours. Again, you decide for your family what works best. My oven is set at 425. And I find the potatoes take a touch longer than the chicken to cook, so I'm just going to quickly throw these in. Done. Potatoes on the go. Ready to go. This is our second stone. We're going to do the chicken in this stone. But what we're going to do first is we're going to actually coat our chicken. So I've got a bowl here that I'm going to use. I'm going to pour my panko into this bowl, coating dish, whatever you might use. I'm going to put some of my Parmesan in here. And I'm going to put some of my rosemary in here. I'm also going to put a little bit of salt, just a coating of salt, and I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which is about 2 turns around the bowl. Well, maybe 3. You just want to get them a little bit dampened up. And I'm going to mix that up. You want to mix it up really good. You want that olive oil to be well spread out throughout your breadcrumbs or your panko, whatever you're using. Both will work just fine in this scenario. Okay, now I'm going to get to my egg. Crack my egg. Ooh, make sure the shell doesn't get away from you. I'm going to grab a fork, or if you have a really small whisk, you're just going to whisk up your egg, such as this. And then I have a plate, which is a second coating dish, and I'm just going to spread that egg out on that plate. Now I have 6 chicken breasts, and I may need to grab another egg. I only grabbed the one, but we're going to see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. My magic tongs, I'm going to take the chicken breast. Obviously you throw it through the egg first. Be careful because now that it's in the egg, it's quite slippery. And then we're going to dump it into the panko, turn it around a couple times, get it nice and coated, and then place it right in our pan. There's one. We're going to do this 6 times. The breading adds a nice flavor to the chicken breasts. The kids really enjoy this. It's a little bit different. It's got a little more flavor than plain chicken. Plus, being cooked on a stone, it'll remain moist and it'll be fantastic. If you have chicken the size of chicken tenders, this is another great thing you can do with it. It's awesome. Like, I can't say enough, I love our stoneware. I cook everything on our stoneware, and this is a perfect example of something that we would do on any given night, like we're doing tonight. A little bit later in the day than normal, but we didn't have any crazy hockey schedule today. We still have things going on, but it didn't start at 4 o'clock today, which is kind of a nice break to have. So all we're doing here is we're just going to continue to coat our chicken. Okay, I'm down to 4. Sorry, I'm done 4. We have 2 more left. Simply coating it. You can change up whatever you want inside this panko mixture. I have some Parmesan and rosemary. You can add some garlic, whatever herbs and spices are your favorite. If you have an onion rub, if you've got whatever your mom's secret recipe is or grandma's secret recipe, you can use all of that stuff in here. It all works out really well. Whatever flavoring or seasoning you like to use. So this egg actually worked out for all 6, which is good, because I was a little worried about that. And the panko was the perfect amount, because we're just about out. So there we go. We've got 6 chicken breasts sitting inside our shallow, not our shallow baker, one of our oven bakers. We just have a few breadcrumbs left. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them on the top as opposed to wasting them. You don't want to put too many on top because you want it all to cook nice and evenly, but it's always nice not to have to waste anything. We have a little bit of Parmesan left. I'm going to sprinkle just a touch of it on the top, just to add a little bit of flavor, a little bit more flavor to it all. That's our chicken, okay? Chicken's ready to go in the oven, but we're going to add some veggies to that. So I have an onion that I put through my wedger earlier, and I'm just going to spread those around. Now, if your kids are like my kids, cooked onions, just send them running to the hills. But that's fine because we're separating them from all the others. They can pull that out, and because they're in such nice large chunks, it's easy to pull it out. I like the flavoring that it adds to all types of recipes, so we're adding it. I add it all the time. If I just leave them big enough, they can muster around it. And what we're also going to add, we'll add maybe 1 pepper. Maybe we won't add both. So I'm just going to cut the top off of a pepper, throw it through the wedger as well. Make sure you line up your wedger properly. Don't drop your pieces. Now all we got to do is pull out the centers, which if you have a small paring knife handy, that makes it really, really quick too. I don't happen to have that, obviously. And I think I'm going to just chop them up a little bit smaller. Just take that wedge and chop it in half. Again, we keep them in larger sizes so that the kids, if they wanted to pull them out, it doesn't become a total disaster. And we just spread those around. You can place the vegetables on the bottom or on the top. It's up to you. I'm going to finish this off with a little bit of pepper just sprinkled everywhere. And I think I might even spritz the vegetables with some olive oil. You could put the vegetables in a bowl before you put them into your pan and add some olive oil and stir them around with some herbs and spices if you like to do that. This will just give them a nice coating so they don't dry out on top. And it would also help the panko crumbs to brown up. So we're just going to add this to the top. Just a different way of doing the same thing if you wanted to put it into a bowl. Bowl with oil and seasoning and all that kind of stuff. Just one little different way to vary up the way you do things in your kitchen. This is another easy one for kids to help out with if they're around and not doing homework and not driving you nuts. Not like mine would be. No way. So you're going to take this, you're going to put this in your oven it's all at 425. We're going to put this in for 25 minutes. So the potatoes have been in there probably for about 5 minutes now. They're going to get an extra 5 minutes. We're going to pull this out at the end of 25 and have a look at it. Again, you want to make sure your chicken is cooked. So slice it open, make sure the juices run clear, make sure there's no pink. If you need to put it back in for about 5 minutes, do that. It's all depending on the size of your chicken breast too. If you have really small ones, they're going to cook quicker than really big ones. If you've got all kinds of crazy sizes, you might have some that are cooked and some that are not. You want to try to avoid overcooking them, but nonetheless, it's all going to come out just fine. You're going to pull all that out of the oven at the same time, put your potatoes in a bowl. You can put this right on your table, serve it up with the kids. Everybody gets a piece of chicken, everybody gets a bunch of vegetables, everybody gets some potatoes, right? So you've got dinner done. You've got 2 pots instead of 1 in this house, but if you're good and you've got a smaller family, you maybe only want to use 4 chicken breasts or 3 chicken breasts and fill the rest with vegetables. You could do it all on 1 pot, right? That would be, or 1 pan, that would be fantastic. But we've got some bigger eaters in here, and so we're into. So there's our stoneware 2-pot, 2-pan chicken and potato dinner. Again, the potato wedges are great for any meal, so take that one and run with it because that's a favorite for everybody. Get crazy, use some variety in those potato wedges because those can go all over the place. Cheese, sour cream, peppers, all kinds of crazy stuff. Have some fun with your chicken. There's lots of variety options here too, but they're quick and they're simple. We did this in like 10 minutes. Now we're gonna go, I'll be able to clean up my prep mess, set the table, get ready for dinner, and maybe even help with some homework before dinner. So there you go, half an hour, off to the races, and then we've got the craziness of tonight with the hockey and the council and all the other stuff that goes on. So enjoy that. Any of these products, again, just contact me. I can get these into your house. If you'd like to do something like this in your own kitchen, have me come in and sit and present to you and your friends and family in your own kitchen. We can do that too. It's one of the things we like to do. So give me a call, send me a message below, contact me, and we can make it work for you. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.